March 18th, Mike Tyson raised the verdict, dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of BoxTalk. Today we've got a world title fight. We've got Terence Crawford versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. This is one of those fights here which you got the fresh young champion facing a fighter with a name who's been 8-4 for a long while. Ade.
Where do we start with this one? I like Crawford a lot.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Crawford and Gamboa, it's hard. They're complete opposites. Yeah. One's a built-up hype machine, and don't get me wrong, full Gamboa fans start stripping me in. He's not. He's good. He is good. He's Olympic champion, an amateur. I get that. He is very good. But there's no two ways about it. He's a very built-up hype machine. This is the guy they were talking could take over the world. And since he's moved up from featherweight, super featherweight to lightweight, he hasn't really carried his power with him. He's had a couple of issues. The Ponce de Leon fight got head clash, split. He's been put down. He's got back up. To be fair to him, he hasn't looked as good as they thought he would look. Crawford, on the other hand, has had to do it the hard way.
Yeah.
He's come up to Scotland, ripped the title from Ricky Burns comfortably, really outboxed him, really good. And he hasn't got these big special promoters with him and everyone, He's almost and I appreciate that. It's almost like when we spoke to Demetrius Andrade, and he said the same thing. I don't have the promoters behind me. I'm able to do it the hard way. I'm able to promote myself, and I respect Crawford for doing that. Nonetheless, it's a great fight between two unbeaten guys, and that's what we like. Guys putting the O's on the line.
What you have here, stylistically, you got a classical textbook boxer in Crawford, tall, nice to use the range. I was so surprised the height difference between Gamboa and Crawford.
It is massive. It's really the stop.
Yeah.
It honestly looks about a foot.
Yeah.
It looks about a foot.
Gamboa was short.
Gamboa's a midget. That's what I said. He's a midget.
But you also got
and they thought Gamboa could run through the weights. No fucking way. Anyway, go on.
But then you got Gamboa, who's fast, explosive, compact.
Yeah.
And you can see how he can jump in the fights. But I've lost something for Gamboa in recent times. He didn't look really good in his last fight. I thought he won the fight by the skin of his teeth on his athleticism because he just wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't busy enough, wasn't active enough. And since his whole top rank issue, they led to 50 Cent. I'm not being bad. 50 Cent, you're a great rapper. You're not a boxing promoter. And he doesn't know nothing about boxing. The same fight Gamboa had after was on the top rank card.
Yeah, it's weird.
So basically, you bought out the contract with Top Rank,
and then you realise, shit, I need television, right? I need to put them in with someone. Yeah.
And since that, he's been so inactive, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about 4 years ago, Gamboa versus Lopez is going to be the biggest match in boxing.
Oh, everyone was talking about it.
It was like, you couldn't wait for it, and now you're like, it doesn't even matter no more because both of them are no longer considered who they are.
Yeah.
But potentially, Gamboa is mostly one of the best athletic talents in boxing.
Potentially he is, but his inactivity is causing him problems. I think for those of you that don't know, Gamboa's 32 years old. We're not talking about a spring chicken here anymore. We're not talking about as he was as a 26-year-old, 27-year-old. Everyone thought, oh my God, the excitement. He's a 32-year-old. Now, a lot of people get carried away with men with his age and Pacquiao's age and Hopkins' age to think these guys can go on forever. 32, by any other boxer's, predictions, is you're on your way down, really. You've probably got 2 years left at your peak, then you're on your way down. Don't think about Hopkins at 49. That's a freak of nature. It doesn't happen like that. And I think that's Gamboa's problem, his inactivity. But also, recently, him getting clocked a couple of times and going down, showing off and going down. I don't know if maybe the step up in weight, yes, he can carry the weight. He looks good at the weight. But like Ryan said, Crawford looks huge against him. Crawford, I think, is about 5'11". Gamboa looks about 5'4", 5'5". If Crawford boxes and just uses these jabs and stay out of reach, I can see him taking Gamboa's O here. And I don't think it'll be that much of a surprise. I think Crawford is the better boxer.
Yeah, I tell you what, anyone could carry any weight they really want to carry. I'm trying to say, but because you carry that weight, it doesn't mean you are that weight. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I mean, like again, especially you're talking about in those weight classes, you're talking about 5-7 pounds. I mean, weight class. It's kind of easy, but it's not really right. And when people start going up in weight over their size, other things start to drop off.
Yeah.
Speed, reflexes, timing, and then add those factors in with inactivity. I don't see it as a good fight for Gamboa. I see it as a fight whereas he's getting his title shot, he's getting a good payday, he's getting active because 50 Cent can't get him a fight. But it's not a fight I see him saying, guess what? This is a fight he's earned and he deserves, or a fight that I see him having positive opportunities within it.
Yeah, there seems to be. I think Gamboa is a very good case of it. There seems to be this chase recently, and it's come about in the last 5-6 years of this chase to be not just the best at your weight, but to seem to be chasing other people's weights, and just seem to think that I'm going to put on 5 pounds, I'm going to take that division. I'm going to go. We've seen it. It doesn't always work. Nonito Donaire is a great example of someone that Aaron was pushing to literally go through the weights like another Pacquiao, and he seems to have come up start recently. Adrian Broner similarly. Sometimes you just got to stay at your weight. That's your weight. Stay at it. You can't. Not everyone can be a Pacquiao or a Mayweather. It doesn't happen like that.
Let me tell you something. Let's talk about boxing history. Historically, yeah.
Preach, Ryan. Preach.
You had 8 divisions in boxing.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the record books, all the great fighters, 9 out of 10 of them dominated their weight class.
That was it.
Yeah. You had a few people like Henry Armstrong. You had Sugar Ray Leonard. That were the guys that kind of jumped multiple weight classes, but the majority of fighters stuck within their weight class and made a career out of being a professional fighter in their weight class. Nowadays in boxing, I'm injured, I'll go up a weight. I don't want to train on, I don't want to do no road work, I'll go up a weight. Yep. They've always got all these excuses. Yeah. If you look at boxing history, all you need to do is fight the right people, one fight at a time. If you have 20 fights or if you have 70 fights, you still become a great fighter.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Look at someone like Salvador Sanchez, who passed away, 20 years old, 21 years old. He only had a handful of fights, but he's a great fighter because he fought the right people and done it correctly. Yeah. These other guys here, I can fight in 5 weight classes. No, you can't. You're putting weight on, but you're not effective at the weight, so it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. Look, I think let's talk about Crawford, for example. Here, Crawford is that guy that almost. I liken him to Timothy Bradley in the sense that when Bradley came over to fight, who did he fight again in Britain? I can't remember. Junior Witter, and took the title. Not many people were thinking about Bradley at the time. He was almost like, fighter will travel type thing. I'm a fighter, I will travel. Yeah. Crawford's almost similarly like that. I'm a fighter, I will travel. He's not got the names on his record like Gamboa, we know that, but he's a natural lightweight. Yeah. He's a natural lightweight, he'll probably go up to light welterweight. He can easily look like he can fill out quite a bit. He's a guy that could fill out, because he's 5'11", he's probably big at the weight. That's the difference. I think Crawford wins this fight. I don't think it will be too much of a surprise if he does. It's going to be controversial. There's no two ways about it. Gamboa's the hype machine. Gamboa's the money man in that division. Or they think he's going to be the money man in that division. So it's going to be controversial. But I think Crawford wins this. I really do.
I agree with you. I think Gamboa's best shot to win this fight is within the first 3 rounds. Gamboa is explosive and he's quick, but as we said previously in the video, he does slow down later in the fight and he didn't look particularly good in his last fight in the later rounds. If he jumps in quickly, I can see Gamboa possibly scoring a knockdown, but I do expect Crawford to get back up and take Gamboa long-term distance and win a comfortable UD.
There you go, guys. Look, I mean, and this is 2014, it's started to really run through these now. Another great fight. And it really is a great fight. We've got 2 unbeaten guys here. We have got Gamboa, the Cuban machine that's coming up from featherweight, super featherweight, now trying to take Crawford's title at lightweight. Who knows? We've got Crawford, almost the quiet guy, the guy that's unspoken, no hype machine, really doing it the hard way, the old school way, so to speak, at lightweight. Came here, Ricky Burns' territory, snatched that title off, wants to defend it. His first defense, he's fighting Gamboa. That's the guy that ain't ducking. That's the difference. He ain't ducking. 2 unbeaten guys, someone's O, as they say, will go. Or it will be a draw. You never know. I don't know. What do you want to say?
One question to the fans out there. If Gamboa loses, where does 50 Cent go?
Well, I'm about to say back to rapping, but the rapping ain't great anymore. So back to acting, but that ain't great anymore either. No, he's got enough money to retire. He's got enough money to do whatever he wants.
Where did he leave his promotional aspirations? Because
there's always younger talent out there. That's the thing. If he wants to start small, but the problem is he wants to start big, but there's always young talent out there. But look, guys, what do you think? Get your comments in below. Who wins this fight? How do they win? We want all your comments. We've got a lot of Cuban fans now. Cuban fans, get your thoughts in. How is Gamboa perceived back home? We want to know. Is he perceived as the heir apparent to anyone, or what do you think of Gamboa? Leave your comments below. Email us at
BoxTalk@hotmail.co.uk, and please don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BoxTalkUK.
And also, guys, look, don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate all the subscribers. Hit that button. It's easy to do. Hit the button. And remember, for all your latest box news, check out ringnews24.com. And guys, thanks for tuning in for another edition of Box Talk.